Welcome rail fans and subscribers to another Engines of Florida East Coast video. Today, we will be talking about the EMD SD40-2s, as well as their history and how they came to be a part of the Florida East Coast Railway. As for these units, they are still seen working on the FEC system on local freights and occasional manifests, while newer General Electric locomotives have sadly took over most of their roles, causing the majority of these units to be stored away. These locomotives are quite good powerhouses and have been very reliable workhorses in the past, which is why these engines deserve some recognition. So, without further notice, stick around and enjoy the video. In the year of 1979, a delivery of 22 units had been placed for the Florida East Coast Railway. With these SD40-2s being used for the FEC, they were proven to be quite fuel efficient. With 6 axle power, these units are less prone to wheel slip conditions and enhanced pulling power. At the time, FEC had smaller EMD power, but with the help of SD40-2s, these improvements have been put to work in a big way, unlike the railroad had ever seen before. Since these units were good at pulling, they were used on all freight services to help with trains becoming larger in size, as smaller locomotives were too weak and required multiple to pull a single train that were heavy and long, which is why these locomotives required less units to be paired on a single train, leading to better time management and reliability for crews during every run. These SD40-2s, numbered 701 to 722, consisted of 2 color schemes, all receiving either ex-Union Pacific paint or the standard red and yellow originally assigned by the Florida East Coast Railway. Their goals was to be used for mainly intermodal service, rock trains, or local service throughout the entire rail system. All 22 SD40-2s delivered contained a 3,000 horsepower rating, a starting tractive effort of 92,000 pounds, and each received Leslie RS-3L air horns. As time moved on since the 1970s, these locomotives have supported delivering successful power so flawlessly on the Florida East Coast Railway, with the many trains they served over the following years. However, in the mid to late 2000s, older EMD power had slowly begun phasing out of service in the case of the SD40-2s, but not all had entirely vanished from service, as half of these units were leased to the Atlantic Gulf Railroad, while Units 701 and 705 were reportedly scrapped. Nowadays, a small portion of these locomotives are likely still around for maintenance jobs involving track work or local use, but still unlikely that we will see much of these units being ran as often anymore as time is running short. As these locomotives are aging more into the 21st century, as newer GE power is continuing to improve rail transport and grow larger on the Florida East Coast Railway on the majority of operations that these old units once served when times were greater. This concludes the video. Be sure to leave a like for more, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. See you all in the next one, and happy rail fanning.